What up? Matt here, Hollywood's Garage. Today working on the Super Duty again. It's been a minute, almost too long. I got a bunch of stuff to do to this truck. I have a bunch of parts laying around, but the weather hasn't been the best up in Alberta here. We had third winter. I'm still waiting on a few little parts here and there. Kind of want to do things at once per se, but regardless, today's video is going to be about something that needs to be done huge for this truck. You know, I'm a big music guy. Stock stereo, I have to use an FM transmitter with an aux cord. The FM transmitter sounds like crap to have Bluetooth. It's not really an FM, I guess it's a Bluetooth transmitter. And it just sounds like crap. Every time you make a phone call, it just sounds horrible. You know, blowing speakers when it sounds like, they're not blown obviously, but. So we are upgrading to the best that China has to offer. Boom, a 10-inch screen that also rotates. So I already ended up getting the wiring all zipped together. Bought the module so I can have steering wheel controls and chimes and all that stuff to work from the factory Ford stuff. This is my pile of schmag. So what I had to do is, because of this unit, the way they designed it, I can only fit one adapter piece from this kit. Scotch car stereo, 95 and up, Ford Mercury, Ford Mazda, blah blah blah. Bunch of tabs with the brake off and stuff to fit, but then I had to custom drill some screws in there to mount it. It's not a typical style where you have a cage or whatever, right? Or if, you know, it lines up with these, because, you know, why would it? China, why would you? But these screws is what all you need to mount to the Ford Power Stroke. So yeah, this is all wired in, so all we gotta do is rip the dash apart. Get to that stereo piece, unclick, plug in. We also ended up getting a backup camera because this truck didn't come with it. I've only had one truck. Was it two? I can't remember. I've had 3 6.4s. I can't remember one or two had backup cameras. I think 2 of them did. This one only has backup sensors, no camera. And the camera was only in the rearview mirror anyway. It never was in that the touch screen like this truck has, which is silly. But I ended up finding on Amazon, boom. So it's a factory tailgate handle with a camera already in it. You just got to transfer over your lock to that side. There's the wiring for it. The kit is a Red Wolf kit. That I might not do on this video. We'll see how quick this goes with the whole swap there in the dash. But let me get the dash ripped apart. I can show you a quick how-to on that. It won't be hard. It's like 4 screws if I remember right. 2 things gonna pop out, things like that. But let's get her going. Hey guys, I'd like to just interrupt this video with some updates, I guess, some life updates. So this video took about 2 weeks to make. The reason for that is my wife and I have a newborn, so that's been taking a lot of our time, my time, her time, mostly her time, but you know, I try to help out. Saying that, I get an hour or two to work on the truck here and there. It is what it is. I'm sure some of you guys have been through it and you know exactly what I'm talking about. And another big update is we've hit over 500 followers on the channel. So now, as you can see, I have monetized, so don't have to worry about paying nothing. They're still free to watch. If you want to tip or whatever, the option's there. You don't have to, don't think about it, just FYI, I'm monetized. Just I wanted to make sure that all my videos and everything is good up to this point, so when I hit 1,000, should be fine, right? In theory. But anyway, let's get back to the video. That's the screen I have. I was talking about the touchscreen navigation system. I mean, it's archaic, but it's good for 08. So you start with popping these lowers out with a flathead screwdriver. Oh, I'll cut you off. This is my Bluetooth thing I have here. You know, it worked. But done with that. Get a screwdriver underneath. Nope. Like that, and then you just unplug. You just unplug everything on the back, and then there'll be screws behind there, and you pop her forward. Ended up getting the 2 screws out. There's one in this corner. Sorry guys, a little dark. It's a 7mm. And got one in this corner right here. Tip my finger. After that, you should just be able to pull forward. Be better with 2 hands, but I've had this apart a handful of times prior. And when you get her out, you're gonna have to unplug everything from the back of these right here. These stay obviously attached to the bezel here. So Pull that out, unplug it all, and boom, the stereo's right there. Well, you can try it this way. Just kind of push it down. If you really want more room, you can take these 2 plugs off the back of your HVAC, but I think we have enough. So you got these 4 screws here, 2 per side with the same 7 mil. As you can see, got the stereo out, got my wiring just shoved in there. I'm keeping out the plug-in for the back of the stereo, and then I got the wire for this, for the FM. Got to get an adapter for that to go to the back of this, so I already have that plugged in the back of the stereo. Your silent radio one, you can just leave unplugged. You're not going to use it, which is fine. I have the app. So next is I'm going to do a backup camera, like I said. So I want to get that kind of half wired up into the dash, maybe tucked up underneath, so I don't have to take it all apart again. So let me get that wiring. I got to put that in still. Also, I have an extension here for my 2 USBs this comes with, and I got a plan for that too, and I'll show you that. But let me get the backup camera plug in first. So got her wired up through the dash here. Hopefully where I have it wired fits. Rest of the loom is just underneath the dash for now, but we have the backup wire connected to the backup on here. Let me get this out of the way, tuck back in, get that out of the hole. So pretty much all we need to plug in is this, and this. So 4 plugins. Get that back in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Guess I'll have to feed this through. Satellite can go. Come on, man. Not too many wires. Okay, that can just get thrown in there too. I wonder if I can. Is it magnetic? No, of course not.
Hindsight being 60-40, 30-40, 500,000. I should have stuck the magnetic antenna for the factory GPS on the unit, probably outside of that dash, because that doesn't connect. So FYI.
And there we have it. Everything's plugged back. Ooh, let me straighten you guys back out. Everything's plugged in. Just got to screw it in. Obviously, you'll see, like, how are you going to get that over that? I'll show you. I'll show you. But first of all, let's see if it works. Let me just shut my door because that's annoying. Oh, look at that. Huh. Whew. Now, like I said, that rotates. But anywho, so let me get those screws in. I got to turn it again, the screws in. And then we'll show you how to get this off so you can get this kind of underneath there, right? Okay, got it screwed in. So on the back, on this side, which is the circle button, which will be the bottom when you turn it, there's 2 little slides. You slide them back and it undisconnects. You only have so much ribbon. So you're gonna have to, it's kind of a two-handed job, or even a 2-person if you got it. You don't want to pull too much on the ribbons.
I mess around with the installation of this unit, and since it pivots, you have to really space the unit out away from the bracketry. So I had to put 2 like 7/16 nuts on each mounting point to space it away from the mounting point, to be able to spin it and not hit the faceplate and scratch it. Just ended up taking some time to figure that out, but we got it figured out.
Well, that was a struggle. The problem is when you spin this, because it's a spinnable one, is you have to space it far enough forward that it doesn't hit the top, the sides, and the bottom. Right now I got everything to clear except for, well, there's about a paper's width right here. So if I put that there, see what I mean? It just hits it. You kind of gotta, like, it's quite a bit, but for now, everything works. The volume on the hands-free works. I got that though. You can set your buttons. It's super easy. It's a nice unit. Just don't get the spinning one in this truck anyway. I mean, you can. It's just it's what it is. Phoenix Automotives makes a whole touchscreen that's built in. It removes these. That's all touchscreen. It's super nice looking, but it's $1,000. There's pros and cons to it once you read the reviews on it. Where this has been, it's $200, right? It's $200. I mean, the wiring harness I needed anyway, but if you buy the Phoenix one, it's all built in. It's just plug and play. Like, you don't buy any extras per se, but then you lose having this. It's all going to be digital. And I'd rather not have my heat dependent on an Android, China system. So I'm okay with this for now. If it's good, I'm going to have to move my phone mount somewhere else now, because then when I spin it, it hits. But you can still open up your vents. Still got lots of vent space there. So I don't know. All in all, good. Haven't set the time or nothing yet. So it's not 2018. We're not in the future. It's not an old video. Other than that, it's been good. Like, it's got a lot of settings. Like, your volumes here. Touchscreen. This is a home button or a mute button. You'll have the built-in mic to it. You can change your home screen. It's an Android. You can do a bunch of stuff to it. It's a wireless Apple CarPlay. Where you can plug it into the HDMI, to the USB. But yeah, that's how you install this unit. Okay, next thing is we're going to grab the line in that was down in the bottom right-hand corner. We're not using the line in anymore. We don't need it. We got blue teeth in the Wi-Fi's. So we're going to take the plug out. Not that I'm going to need it, just because it's in the way. Got a flathead underneath the tab, pop up many months later. There we go. Now, we can, from the front, because it'll be easier, we're going to use a 1-inch wood bit. Yeah, I know it's wood. It's what I got. It fits perfectly. It'll fit this perfectly. If not, if I need a little bigger, I'll get my Dremel, make it a little bigger. So I was able to clean it out a bit more with the drill bit. We got her in, so we just gotta line it up, put the nut on the back, screw that down as tight as we can, and make sure that's faced the right way. This USB thing is just off Amazon, just like most of other stuff I buy. There we go. There's the final product. Pop her open. I said pop her, pop her open. Double USB. Let's go install it. Okay, hopefully you guys can see my knees aren't too much in the way. We'll grab these. I do have them marked as 1 and 2. And I wanted one to be on my left one. So that's this one. And obviously, process elimination. Deuce. Problem is, I got all this cord. And we have to put in there. So that's annoying. There we go. How clean that is. So bring you guys in. Look at that clean install. Woo. Like I said, just pry up. We got easy access. Nice and clean. Put the cap back on. Much bueno. Okay, now one thing we could try before doing all the work installing that backup cam is let's get a Milwaukee battery or Makita or whatever you're into. I'm Makita. And we're gonna get the backup cam. We're gonna plug it in and see if we can get some footage from it before we do all that work and for whatever reason it doesn't work. Hello. I got the camera here. I got the plug spliced in. Only goes in one way. These actually other 2 wires if you want backup lines or not. I don't know if this comes with backup lines, so let's just leave it the way it is. And then I got my battery with my positive and negative. Put the key in. Okay, and then we're gonna go back up. It'll go black. And then we'll see if we get anything. Well, there we go. Oh, my wireless Apple CarPlay is turning on. There it is. So we don't have the backup lines on it, but we can turn it on here. So on here there's a little black jumper. I think you have to unplug one. Let's just figure one out. Let's just unplug that white one. Instructions aren't with me. Let's try that again. There it is. Now we got lines. Okay, let's install this puppy and run the wire. So as you can see, the old one, pretty faded. New one, cleaner. Exact same look, just missing the camera. I've already unlocked it. So we have to remove the box, the wooden part, and below here there'll be a sheet, you know, a plate that comes out. We'll unscrew that too. Got the last one here. Just use wood screws into a metal, so that's awesome. To be honest, I want to take that off anyway and make it lighter. But this thing's pretty much brand new paint underneath. Besides, you know, moving of the wood in the holes. So underneath here, well, I'm sure she'll be nice and clean too. I mean, when I cut the holes for the handle, she's minty. We'll leave the box in. It's not going to rot anymore with the cover on it, so we kept that out of the elements. But now we need fancy Torx. Let me dig that up and we'll get this plate off. It's a T30, FYI. We're in here because we have to either run the wires to the bottom of the tailgate and get that latch removed. So to remove that, in 2 bolts, this will be able to stay in place. Don't touch with those. Those are your adjusters. So I could have showed you taking it out, but I didn't want to show you the wrong way, so I just took it out and I'll show you how to put it in. But they ended up being, I think an 11, but a 12 did work to get those 2 bolts off, or nuts, I should say. So we need the lock now to put in the new one. So this is just a slider pin, it looks like. I mean, how much easier is that? And this should pop out and that should go into the new one. That simple. And then you came with a new pin. There you go. Jeez, that is so simple. Okay, let's show you if I can show you or not. Yeah, let's try that. So you're gonna have to go in, like, open it almost and go like that. There, we are in like Flynn, and try to line up the paint marks and the dirt marks and all that, so you know you're in the rough spot of the right part, or in the ballpark, sorry, of the right area. And then tighten her up. But we got the wire there, so we got to get the wire somehow fished in like one of these holes. I don't know if you can see it or not. And like one of those holes to the bottom of the tailgate. So maybe I have to get like a wire or something, close the tailgate a bit, try to find it and fish it. It's not fun. That's probably why I didn't remove it in my last truck. I had to switch my tailgate out, and I just switched out the whole tailgate and didn't switch out the camera and my lock, I did, but I kept the wire, and the wire was different from the other truck. I don't know. I made it work though, but it wasn't that easy. I got a metal rod that I fished through this side that goes all the way, and I was able to, with my fingers, get it to the bottom hole. Taped it to the end, so technically, oh, you know what I just did? It's got to go underneath here. Oh, okay, we're good now. The wire's under, so I have it fished through. If I put the tailgate up, the weight of it should drag it down. Well, maybe not the weight of it, but there it is. Hold my head up. There it is. See, there's the wire. And the weight will take it the rest of the way. And there it is. Boom. Behold my genius. That rod, by the way, is by a 2018 Harley Road Glide. It's the push rod for the clutch. Now, as far as this wire in this end, we have to feed it through the firewall. There is a plug back here that I have. If you follow the white wires, behind that box is where there's a hole in the firewall and a grommet. So I'm going to slide it through there. And on the other side of the firewall, hopefully I can find it, pull it under. I'm going to pull it underneath the truck, and we're going to bring it all the way back. And there it is, just below those lines right there. So I'm going to grab it and then pull it down underneath the cab in that corner. I was able to grab it behind here. We're obviously going to go behind and then down along the frame. So as you can see, we got it wired. I still have to zip tie it, but you can see it there all the way across over the frame there. I go up and over there, and then behind in the frame back there, and I got it plugged in. We'll have to just get it wired into the tailgate now, so when you go into reverse, you have power. We'll take this taillight out to do that. Next, we'll move this taillight since all the wiring's kind of down in this corner. Driver's side. There's two kind of clips that kind of like circly things. It's tricky anyway. Loosen 2 bolts and you just pry back. Nope, that was just a guide. I broke. Nothing else. So yeah, so 2 little pins right there kind of pop out. So reverse lights up top. Should be green with a tan stripe, which is here. So we'll bring it out of its sheath. Let me grab the wire from down below. We'll bring it up. Got the wire all fished through here. Got the slack all kind of brought up to here. So the kit comes with a bunch of these cheek connects. Honestly, they're not the best thing in the world, but they work as long as you electrical tape the crap out around it, because they can wiggle loose. So like I said, it should be the green wire with a tan stripe coming out your reverse light, which is the top. The older Super Duties, I think the reverse light's on the bottom. There's even a hole in the bottom of this one showing it was there. That's just some resistors I added because LED life. So we'll slip that in there. Sometimes you need to flat it to kind of pry it open first. This ain't gonna work. As it works. Okay. That's in there. You could cut all the slack out, but for now we're gonna leave it. Push it in all the way, you grab yourself some good pliers, and you squeeze that tab. There we go. And then you click it. Locks it in place. And then now you have to hook up your ground still. This can go to any bolt on the back side here. Your stopper has a nut on the back side. So you can ground it right to there, loosen that nut up. It's probably a 10 mil, 11-ish. So we'll get that loosened up. We'll put an end on this, or just take off some of the sheathing, wrap it around and tighten it up, and let's see if it works. There's an 11 mm nut on it. These wire strippers are the cat's meow. That'll fit over. Slide that in. There we have it, nice and tight. Let's see if reverse camera turns on. All we're gonna see is the ground, but hey. I mean, it's not the clearest, it's got a bit of a fuzzy to it. Let's see what the cause of that was gonna be.
Long story short, ended up redoing the ground a few times. It ended up grounding properly, cleared out that screen signal, and now all is good. There's no static.
Electrical taped the connection as well as those extra wires, and one had the jumper, one didn't. So those are all kind of weatherproof for the next, 2 to 5 years probably, but got a zip tie from the front to the back. Just got to get this zip tied up out of the way. As you can see, got it all zip tied up nice and neat. There's the black wire there is dangling. This bumper will be coming off in the future, so hint, hint, future mod. But we'll get that all cleaned up once we get the tire down and all this crap out of the way. So for now, this is more than out of the space, out of the way, where it's got to go. I could put one more zip tie for this wire, but I can wait till, again, this tire's out of the way and everything. Get it tucked up and out of the way. If I say out of the way one more time, I mean, I'm losing it. Okay, tailgate's up. We got the protector sticker off, so should be clear. Okay, guys, that's a video on, let me just get rid of that. That's the video on installing the touchscreen, Android touchscreen. Any one will be the same. I obviously got the one that's swiveled because I'm fancy like that. And installing the Red Wolf tailgate rear view camera. Again, that one was not the smoothest. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.